Welcome to Aussievision. It's Kyriakos here. Today we speak to one of the first artists revealed for Eurovision Australia Decides 2022. She makes a return to the national final after competing in the 2020 edition with her epic performance of Rabbit Hole. She's released numerous EPs and became an advocate for the Me Too movement, giving a voice to artists and people in the music industry. She's also an artist who has a very close connection with her fans and the Eurovision fandom. It's Jaguar Jonze. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, congratulations on being selected for Australia Decides 2022. What was your initial reaction when you found out the news that you had been selected again?
Shock. I had a lot of shock and then excitement as well because last time was a little bit like throwing me into the deep end
Yep.
and seeing if I could swim or not. And this time I feel like I have a better understanding of what this amazing, unique, and wonderful world is, and be less scared about who I am as an artist too.
Well, you got a lot of love on your socials as well from fans and Eurovision fans getting very excited. How was the reception when the announcement was made?
It was so heartwarming because for ages I was deliberating whether or not it was the right choice for me to do again, and 2 years later. But that reception just made me realize like this community is a community that is really important to me and one that I want to keep close to. And so I'm excited to do it all over again. But this time, um, last time I was put on last minute because an artist pulled out. This time I feel like I'm put on there as an artist, as an artist myself. So I get to show everyone what I'm about and what I want to say. And I'm so excited for that.
And how did it come to be? Did you submit a song or were you approached this time around for Australia Decides?
Um, like I was approached and asked to submit songs,
Yeah.
and the usual Eurovision process is you get paired with a song that
Okay.
suits you as an artist, but that isn't how I work as a songwriter. As a songwriter, I need to tell my stories that come from my heart and my experiences. That authenticity is so important to me, and that honesty and transparency as well. So I locked myself up for about a month and I wrote 7 songs
Oh, wow.
for Eurovision Australia
Yep.
Decides. I don't think I've ever worked so hard in pumping these songs out, but I wanted it to be my best work. And so I put everything into making that happen.
Now, you gave us a very epic performance at Eurovision Australia Decides 2020, including that incredible stage reveal with Rabbit Hole. I don't know how much you can reveal to us, but what can we expect from you on stage this time around?
Um, so I can't reveal too much yet, and we're still working on
Okay.
it
Yeah.
because I have these big dreams that I want to make happen, and I'm trying to work through the loopholes to making that happen. But basically, I want to push boundaries. I want to show that I'm a versatile artist, and I want to let people have experiences that they've never had before. And that's for me as well. I want to have an experience that I've never had before as well. So expect to see something extraordinary because that's really what I want to give back to the Eurovision community.
Well, it might surprise some people, but in 2020, it was the first time you did live television. You haven't had the luxuries of big lighting, big staging, or even earpieces. So,
No.
what did you learn from then that you hope to bring into this performance this time around?
To be honest, I still feel so little compared to some of these heavyweights who are constantly, in the front of live TV and developing that skill set and experience. But to be honest, I feel like that's what makes me as an artist. I am from the
Yeah.
grassroots. I am learning together and growing together. But it's not about skills for me, it's about how you tell your story. And I really hope that it shows that I'm an artist in a different respect. Put the technical aside and it's just about the truth and transparency and vulnerability, and I want to share that with the audience.
Now, Eurovision fans and Australia Decides fans really would like to know, even if it's cryptic clues, like what can we expect from your song? You don't have to answer it, but
um, I'm going to be quite confident here, and I'm usually very modest and humble. I honestly think it's my best song I've ever written in my entire life, and it's the most honest song I've ever crafted. So what can you expect? A visual that matches with that as well. So if it's my best work yet in my songwriting, I want it to also be my best work yet in live performance and visual art as well. So really pushing myself to grow here. And I know I'm going to deliver. It's going to be, for me, I'm really working hard for this performance to be not an individual pursuit. It's a societal, like, community spirit that I want to embrace. So I think everyone has an involvement in this performance, and we're going to perform it together. So that's what I'm going to say. It's a collaboration for all of us.
Now, you've had a huge 2 years being the forefront of the Me Too movement in the Australian music industry. You've shown tremendous courage, collated stories as part of the movement. You've motivated so many people in the industry. You've also been recognised for your really hard work. You've won the 2002 AIR Outstanding Achievement Award and the Triple J Done Good Award. Congratulations on both as well, and for your hard work. How has the last 2 years changed you as an artist?
I mean, when you just said that, it made me really emotional because I've just been fighting the last 2 years. Oh, I'm emotional. But COVID really made it difficult for our music industry, and COVID personally affected me and my health. And then being on the front lines of the Me Too movement was a lot of reliving of trauma. And a lot of it's a huge test of resilience and fortitude. And for ages, I didn't know what I was pushing for. I didn't know what the end result was going to be. But I'm now at this place of, this was all worth it, and I know why I was fighting so hard. And it's for this change, and that change has come about, and I'm just in so much disbelief about it. But I also want to give that back. Like I was saying before, the Eurovision community really held me up through the toughest public 2 years of my life. Again, I'm getting so emotional, but they're like my bestest friends, and I'm being so honest. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's been a really hard 2 years. And they were just there every step of the way, and I talk to them every day, and they remind me that what I'm doing is important, and that I have a value and worth as an artist, and I have something really important to say. And they encourage me to just keep pushing on and to do even bigger and better things. And I just want to show them that that support has been so worth it. That energy has not been wasted. I have taken all of that and translated it into what I hope will be something that we will never forget and be extremely proud of, but also to connect with everyone in the world, to remember that they have a voice too, and that they can overcome every adversity with grace and have the life that they deserve to have. So, well, I don't think I've ever been emotional like that. You got me.
Well, we love to have you part of the fandom too. Like, I think I've messaged you a couple of times myself as well, and yeah, we respect you so much. So,
I mean, I think that's why I'm emotional, because I'm talking to you about it, and you have been a huge support. So it doesn't seem like an interview, and it doesn't seem detached. It's like this honest conversation of thank you, because I receive it, and it means a lot. Yeah.
So now in October, you released Who Died and Made You King. It's an incredible song. I think it's one of your most epic releases. The song has just like instant impact. It's powerful. And the incredible opening lines like, I'm leading, I'm the voice of change, your downfall isn't far away. Can you tell us a little bit about the release?
I mean, this is why I'm surprised I'm emotional, because to fight, I've had to just continuously put on this really brave face, and to speak on behalf of so many survivors who don't have the strength and the voice to do it yet. And sometimes I forget that what I've been through and how hard it has been for me as well. And to advocate for so long in the music industry meant that I had to put my artistry aside. And that was really ironic. And it also made me really angry. The reason why I entered into the music industry is to be an artist. And I had to put my artistry aside to then push for a safe workplace around my artistry. That was really confusing for me and frustrating because I wasn't able to express, and that's how I maintain my well-being as well. And so I kind of just let myself have it, like just took out the inhibitions and go, what are you feeling? And this is the song that came out from it. And it allowed me to take this advocacy and bring back my artistry and put them together and create this kind of power to say what I want to say and to do it without fear. So I would say it's my angriest and most direct song I've ever written.
And you also filmed a stunning music video in the heritage listed Brisbane City Hall. And you're so talented that you directed, produced, edited the whole package yourself. That must have been a lot of hard work. How was that experience?
It was so much hard work. Like you said, it was a heritage listed building. It is the most protected building in Brisbane.
Yep.
And then couple that with the Brisbane lockdown, I had to go through so many hurdles to make that happen. Everything had to be vetted, like some crazy things like when we were filming in that room, we were not allowed to have any hairspray, any steam, any heat. So if we needed to, like, curl our hair and put makeup on and spray our hair and face, we had to go upstairs to level 3 into this like isolation room that wasn't going to like set off security. Just managing all the different hurdles to make that clip. I can't believe we made it happen. We were given 3 hours to shoot that clip.
Oh, wow.
From start to finish. So, and it was tight. But I'm really proud of it because that building is gorgeous. And to have that as the backdrop to such an iconic moment for me, it's like priceless.
What other projects or shows are you currently working on that you can share with us coming into the new year or next year?
I will drop a hint that I'm going to be releasing a new song before my Eurovision Australia Decides song as well.
Nice.
So we get another little extra gift before we start going into Eurovision season. And I'm directing and editing and producing that video as well. So that's what I'm finishing off this week. And I can't wait.
Cannot wait.
So funny. Yeah.
We cannot wait for your song release. We cannot wait to see what you have planned for Australia Decides in the Gold Coast. All the best, Jaguar. And thank you very much for speaking to Aussievision today.
Thank you for having me. See you next year.